going on, everybody? It's your boy Kanye. I hope you're here. Hopefully you're having a beautiful day today. Today I'm here with the one, the only, from Tampa Bay, the Lux Rays himself, Monotooi.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Monotooi. Good to be here with you, Carney. Good to be in the NPL.
Yeah, it's good to see you, GBA competitor and Monotooi. You need to change your name to that. Instead of going Monotooi, be like Monotooi. You know, just think about all the memes. All the memes. Okay. So, real quick, Monotooi. I'm gonna be asking you. The people want to know. Okay, first things first. People want to know. Is the GBA just as competitive as the NPL in your eyes? Or is it...
Put me on the spot, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the people want to know, okay? I've been asked this multiple times. The people want to know, how do you feel about the GBA and the NPL?
I think the NPL is absolutely the most competitive league in all of draft format currently. The GBA absolutely has a lot of very good coaches. Very strong coaches who are very experienced both in draft format and in standard. But the GBA doesn't necessarily strive always to be competitive, whereas I think the NPL prioritizes competitiveness a little bit more. Obviously, competitiveness in the GBA does show up.
Obviously, I mean, you're there, so...
Yeah, of course. But I would have to say that just the caliber of coaches in the NPL cannot be beat by any other league.
All right. Well, it's an honor for you saying that because, you know, I got relegated. But whatever. We're just, unless you're talking about right now. So whatever. So let's talk about your team. Your team consists of the Megalopunny, the Toxie but not Pexie, the T-Tar herself with that Gliscor on the side. Then you cut in a little Pharaoh in my Thorn with that Mimikyu, the nice and beautiful Mimikyu, Renewliclus, Haxorus. Yo, that's kind of like a bard right there. Renewliclus, Haxorus, Sandslash, and last but not least, you pick up that nice and powerful Manectric. So what was the thought process of, you know, going through and basically, you know, building this team?
So I knew that I actually, before I drafted, I planned to pick up Landorus Therian just because, in my opinion, the best way to win Gen 7 drafts is to pick a broken Z-move user and then build a team around that. Unfortunately, Gypsy picked that up directly before I was going to get picked. However, a mon that I am very, very familiar with and I'm very comfortably using, Megalopunny, was still there. So I was like, you know what, yeah, why not? For those of you who do not know, I drafted Megalopunny in PPL D2 Season 2, had an undefeated season. That went really well. If you're familiar with that team, you'd know that this team actually has a lot of similarities to that. And the biggest thing when drafting around Megalopunny is to make sure that your team has potential to do some chip damage, so as well as hazard stack and whatnot to help with that chip damage. So we got T-Spikes on Toxapex, Sand from T-Tar, that's going to be taking 6% away from everybody per turn. I got Iron Barbs on Ferrothorn to get some chip damage off onto things. I have a couple potential Rocky Helmet users. I got some decent priority, things like Mimikyu. Even Scyther with the Technician boosted quick attack. Obviously, Megalopunny is a priority machine up there. And then we got some nice solid bulk up there as well. Good wall core between Toxapex, Gliscor, Ferrothorn. What's really nice about that is other than Toxapex, both of every part of my wall core can hit pretty hard. You know, Ferrothorn, if I want to, can be run offensively. Gliscor can be run offensively, some sort of setup if I wanted to. Even T-Tar, which is really powerful, is also just bulky as hell. You know, yeah, same thing with Renewliclus, you know, Renewliclus is bulky as hell, but if I want to, I can slap a Life Orb on it and just nuke things.
Yeah. Speaking of your Ferrothorn, let's talk about your grass type, because your grass type is one of my favorite grass types, and it's not a Carney interview without talking about your grass type. So, I just want to talk about Ferrothorn for a little bit. You know, as you said, you know, it's a monster, basically. You know, it can hit hard, or then a life hard. But have you ever thought about using its special set before? Just imagine this, man. Okay. So what you do? Okay, you run like a stallish set. Okay, so you have like a leech seed. All right, you leech seed something. You know, you set up rocks and spike, but then they sit in their physical wall. And they're like, oh man, I'm going to easily eat this up. You know, per se, Clefable comes out. And he's like, you know, I'm physically defensive Clefable. Obviously, I'm going to eat up an Iron Head. And you just slap a flash cannon on him. Just imagine that, man.
And then that 54 special attack is gonna come through.
Exactly. Yo, Toxapex is a wall breaker too, man. Like,
Yeah,
get
what other
that merciless.
Oh, this thing gets thunder? Oh yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
dude. Why is this not your Z move, user? Come on now. Just imagine that. Just Gigavolt, have it. And then Toxapex, okay? Even though I know I only talk about the poison, the grass type Pokemon, but Toxapex is a wall breaker too, man. Just merciless, guaranteeing them crits on the poison targets. Just imagine that. It's like, you know, you set up T-spikes, you recover up your damage, and then all of a sudden a mon switches into your T-spikes, and you just waterfall that. Oh, guaranteed crit, and maybe you get a flinch if it's slower than you, with a Trick Room up, because you have a Trick Room, pace ability. So I mean, I'm just think about it. Just think about it.
Oh, I mean, max invested Toxapex does hit harder than uninvested Cobalion, so
Exactly.
You got a point there.
Exactly, man. Just All right. Well, let's talk about your Twitter questions. Okay, so guys, the NPL has been tweeting out these Twitter questions, and just want to join the fun, just tweet along. Follow the NPL on Twitter. Link to that will be in the description down below. And yeah, these are gonna be some pretty nice Twitter questions here. But let's start off with an easy Twitter questions, and the first question is at Portland Polywag, and he or she says, "Do you fuck with the war?" This is a hard question, I know.
Lil Vicky is a man I respect, and I fuck with the war if he fucks with the war.
Alright, there you go. Monotooi is a follower, not a leader. Alright. Alright, let's go. The next question comes from at Iron Flash Gaming, and he's asking, will you moan if a lesbian sucks off your strap-on?
Well, it depends entirely upon the woman who is commencing the sucking of the strap-on. So if I know the person a little while and I know maybe they have some some insecurities, maybe they're a little shyer, they're not confident in their abilities to give a blowjob to a plastic dongle, then I'll probably discreetly release a few sighs and or moans from my larynx in order to just to kind of motivate them. Not only motivate them, but also give them a subtle "good job, bud, you're doing great."
Ah, well, look at that. Monotooi, a team player, looking out for the underdogs, even if it comes to blowjobs, which I think you probably know a thing or two about those. From giving them, from getting them and giving, Yeah. It's just it's a two-way street. All right, and last but not least, at Shoddy YouTube, he asked, will you finally stop beating me with bullshit this season? He says in all caps, so I think I have to say it correctly. Will you finally stop beating me with bullshit this season? There you go. I just
absolutely not. Let me look at his team real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna go for no, see, I'm gonna have my Mega Lopunny. I'm gonna forget to put EVs in it, and I'm gonna get outsped by Latias, and he's gonna get punished for it. He's gonna make the good play, switch out of Latias, and go into something he's gonna sack something, and then later on he's gonna find out that I didn't have speed, and then he's gonna lose. That's gonna be real funny.
Wow, confidence is blissy, obviously. Well, there you go, Shoddy. Just prepare for his unpreparedness, okay? And if you can't prepare for his unpreparedness, then why are you even in the league? Come on, now this is the most competitive league. You gotta prepare for the unprepared and for the prepared. But whatever, because Monotooi, I'm gonna be asking you the final, nearly the final question of this interview. Are you ready for it?
Let's do it. Bring it on.
Alright, so Monotooi, coach of the Tampa Bay Lux Rays. Will you become the next NPL champion, or will you at least just knock Gypsy off his high horse?
I never go into a league assuming that I'm not going to be champion. Obviously, like I said, there are a lot of... The caliber in this league is absolutely insane. Just looking at the team list, there's not a bad coach that I'm looking at all. Not only is there not a bad coach, but these are, in my opinion, probably some of the top like 20 players in all of draft format just in this list by itself. And all 16 are people that I'm very terrified against facing, or I'm very terrified to face. Confident in my abilities. I'm very comfortable with the team that I have drafted. I have never really done poorly in a season, and I don't plan on starting now. I really am excited to go up against these caliber of players, and I think I'm going to kind of raise my skill level a little bit just because I'm going to know that I have to give 100% against some of the best players.
Alrighty, well, that's going to basically be the end of our interview. Wait a second, we're going to give you another bonus Twitter question out from the underground, and basically this one's just because those guys actually DMing me right now asking for his Twitter question to be asked. So at Dark Nart Vader RTV ask, if Luxray wasn't a Pokemon, what would your team name be? And he gives a little like a face.
A bit of a backstory. About 2 years ago, when I was first making a team, or making a team name, before Tampa Bay Luxrays came along, I suggested to the one person who I asked to make my logo that I be named the Chicago Cubchus, and he was like, no, that's stupid. So then we came up with Tampa Bay Luxrays. However, now that the one team who was named Chicago Cubchus has long left draft format, I think I'd probably go back to Chicago Cubchus. Not technically alliteration, because, Chicago Cubs, it's a real team. Cubchus are a cool Pokemon. They have a little icicle nose that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
Yeah, someone should probably hand it a tissue, but...
I mean, if it does... If it hands them a tissue, don't they just like die or whatever?
It just, I don't know.
From like
it's just like a cold ice pupper thing.
Yeah. So like, isn't it like cold to the touch or whatever, and like gives you a frostbite automatically? I don't know lore for Cubchus.
Right. Plus, like, if I'm gonna pick up a meme Pokemon, then it's gonna be Cubchoo, and I've never seen a Cubchoo ever drafted ever.
Oh, just wait. You're giving me ideas.
What are Cubchoo's stats, Sam? They're 70 attack? That's not bad.
Yeah, and with an Evilite, it's kind of bulky.
I got Slush Rush now? That's good.
Exactly.
Look at that.
Exactly. Like, Cubchoo could be a god. Could be, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it also gets Rattle. Just think about that, man. It's like someone goes for a knockoff against you, and you knock off they knock off your Evilite, but then you get +1 speed, and then with that 70 base attack, it's over.
That is true. Look at that. Alolan Vulpix also exists. Look at that. I'm about to use these in a little cup.
Ooh, yum. Slurp, slurp. But that's going to be concluding our interview. So, Monotooi, is there anything you want to say to the people before we, basically cut you off?
No, just once again, thank you guys very much for having me here. Very excited to get this season started. Really looking forward to playing all these battlers.
Alright, and once you guys go support the Tampa Bay Luxrays, coached by Monotooi himself, link to his channel will be in the description down below, and definitely go follow him on Twitter, or I don't think he has Snapchat, but go follow him on Twitter. And yeah, look out for week 1 of the interviews, which week 1 of the battles, which are going to be heat. It's going to be hot. It's going to be fire. But above all else, guys, Poke fans and NPL fans all around the world, this is your boy, Carney Hobo, signing off. Goodbye.